Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game Day Picks. I'm Tony Tier from Tony'sPicks.com with you here Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, delivering live free picks for today's action. So make sure you like, subscribe, and of course, you want to set those notifications. Be live with us, get the plays in real time, and of course, get the best numbers. And of course, you can also integrate. You can also chat with us here in the chat room as well. So go for that. And of course, we load tons of free packs on our channel, lots of live shows. Subscribe. Want to let you know about our promo code. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab. Get signed up. Always love to hear from you guys. So post your picks in the comments below. We also have a podcast, Tony's Picks Podcast. We put every pick in podcast form there on our podcast. Check it out as well. And make note of our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We are a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the link to the hot cappers. Get signed up to some of our long-term passes. Some hot cappers like Nick has been up there. Mindy's been on absolute fire. Morning Steam Team, Pravi, Tiffany. Click the links. Get signed up. Lots of action here for today's card here on a Thursday. You can see our feature premium plays there in the center of the page. Best bets up on the board right now. We got each capper can release a best bet from every sport. Many up here today on the site. So go ahead and get signed up here. You can see our top producers here like Mindy, Morning Steam Crew up there. So get on board. $15 premium pick is promotional. Each capper can designate one of those plays off their card as a $15 premium pick. Just introduce their service to new and existing customers. Mindy in action. I'm in there. Morning Steam as well. Ramon in there with the Thursday best bet jam in there for $15 here. That one is rolling. So, Brandon is in there. Ramon in there with the NBA Paris discount. You better act now. You got less than about 3 minutes to get this play here from Ramon. Paris discount premium pick, $15 premium play for the Paris game, Bulls and Pistons, NBA TV. About to tip this one off in a few minutes. So get it. 3 minutes you've got to act on this one. So get on board right now. We also offer on our pick ticker, you can purchase these plays a la carte as well with team versus team information. Lots of action here going here on a Thursday. Lots of picks, even more when you hit the load more button. So we're ready to roll here. Don't forget about our 3-packs. Great value there to the consumers out there with our 3-packs. We're loaded up here for Thursday. So guys, go ahead and get signed up. All right, let's get this one underway. Welcome on our show here for today. We've got Ramon Scott and Mindy Hahn. So let's get game day picks underway right now. Go ahead and welcome in Mindy Hahn. You'll find her over at Tony'sPicks.com. Well, she's just been on top of the leaderboards, been producing winning days, been on fire here. Bring in Mindy right now. Mindy, what's happening?
Not too much, just settling in with a little bit of snow and ice here, but not too bad. Got a lot of rain, so we didn't get the deep snow, so I'll take that.
They'll take the rain, not the deep snow. You got to keep in Whitney warm inside.
That's right. Yeah, she's the one that the snow gets stuck on her hair in like giant clumps, so you have to put her under the faucet.
Oh no. All right, here we go tonight. Conference USA basketball. I think defense has been optional in this conference for several years. But anyway, UTEP here to host FIU. UTEP laying 6 total here, 132.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's going to be a little bit of maybe defense is going to tip the scales here, in this one for me. But FIU, they're 8-10 here overall. UTEP exactly opposite. 8-10 to the better here this season. Both of these teams have been, a little bit of inconsistent as of late, I would say. FIU has scored under 63 times in its last 5 games, while UTEP, they've scored under 60 in 2 of their last 5. If I take a look at how some of these, folks have compared with, like teams, or I guess, the same teams or same opponents, it would be Charlotte. Both teams beat Charlotte by 2 points. So I think, like you said, the difference might come down to who's the better defensive player in this one. And also basically how these teams have done against the spread here. So FIU, they've been an underdog here 10 times this season, and they've actually only covered in 2 of those. They're also 0-6 here on the road. UTEP, on the other hand, they've covered the spread 16 times here so far this year and are 9-2 at home against the spread. So the favorite in this matchup is 4-1 against the spread, and the home team is also 4-1 against the spread in the last 5. So my pick here is going to be UTEP here at the -6 today, Tony.
All right, Mindy here is going to go here with the UTEP, the Miners here. And in this one, you're going to lay a 6 here against Florida International or the FIU team here. Yeah, looking here at this, some of the numbers here from FIU. Yeah, it has not been a very good defensive performance here. They're sitting 10th here, second to last in Conference USA in defensive efficiency. They're actually the same number here, 10th and second to last in offensive efficiency. Can't hit threes, struggling inside, and really, FIU has had a hard time rebounding in the Conference USA, and it's again just really poor performance so far here. You see a 2-5 conference mark as well.
Yeah, and it's about a 10-point differential if you look at it on that defensive efficiency, right? I mean, you look at UTEP and they're at about 94 points per 100 possessions, while FIU is sitting at about 104, 105. So there's like a 10-point spread there in how efficient they are on defense here as well, and that kind of tends to lend to UTEP side. Also, UTEP, they've been averaging more. They've been averaging 70 points a game, while the FIU defense here allows well over 70. And FIU, they've been only scoring about 63 here on the road. Also, UTEP kind of plays at a slower pace, and I think they might be able to dictate that. FIU likes to do the run and gun, and I think when they have to slow down, they kind of have a little bit of harder time with that also. So I think that lends to a lot of that unpredictability for FIU here on the offensive side today.
Yeah, when you look at FIU in conference, they've been absolutely pounded on the road here, losing by 15 to North Texas. They lost by 11 here to Western Kentucky. They lose by 26 to rival FAU. Go into the non-conference, a 12-point loss at Howard, a 9-point loss at Florida Gulf Coast, and a 23-point loss at NC State. That's all their road games, and you're only laying 6 here?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's kind of been because UTEP has been a little bit shaky offensively. Like I said, they, have only, put up over 60 the last 2, or I guess the last 3 here out of 5 games. So I think that's a little bit of the reason why I think UTEP is maybe not, a little bit heavier favorite in this one. That's kind of about all I can come up with, because otherwise all the stats kind of tend to be in the favor of the UTEP team here today.
All right, Mindy here on UTEP, lay the 6 here against FIU. This one will have a start time here of 9 Eastern time. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for tonight's action. Of course, got NBA here on the board as well here as college hoops. Here for a Thursday, the 5-game NBA card, hot college hoops, NHL as well. Doing great work here over the last 30 days. We have a 24-hour clock up there. Last 30 days now, over 2,124 units of profit for the last 30 days, showing profit this year, showing profit last 7 days, coming off a winning day yesterday. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, I've been really happy here with my results as of late. So I am in on 6 college basketball games here today. It will be 4 on the totals, 2 on the sides. So have a pretty good, I think, mesh of games here today in this pretty big card, I would say, for a Thursday. And then I have only 1 game in the NBA. And that might be this game that's going off like right now. So, that one's kind of off the board here for me. But I don't know if you watched this morning, Tony, but the morning's team, me and Ramon, we agreed on all 5 games here today. So I'm in a lot of action, still. So, I won't have any, problems watching any of these games. A lot of excitement for me today. And then, of course, I'll be heavy in the NHL. Well, maybe not too heavy. 4 games just for me on the NHL side, and then 6 games for morning steam here as well. But found my 4 favorites, put them in a 3-pack plus a guaranteed, best bet there as well. So yeah, I'm pretty excited with how things have been going. Looking forward to, keeping this roll here. So again, I think this is a good time for folks like yourselves to go ahead and take a look at something, a little bit longer, the 7 day or the 1 year. You can go ahead and pick up one of those and make sure you use promo code TonyT at checkout.
That's right. Use promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll be able to save, a 20% off here on that promo code. And of course, you use that. You can access Mindy's page by clicking the link you see in the description, and then you will land right on Mindy's page. And for today's action, Mindy in here, as we talked about, college basketball, a 5-pack, Thursday night 5-pack. So get on board there. She's put together also a 3-pack from the NHL, and it's a couple of best bets. She has her best bet from college hoops and NBA there, so go for it and get on board here. Or if you prefer, you go with longer term passes. You can get you can get a 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. That 7-day pass will get you all of Mindy's premium plays here for 7 days, which would include all her NBA, all her college basketball, NHL. And don't forget the NFL plays here, the divisional round of the playoffs here Saturday and Sunday. It's a good time to get on board there with Mindy. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off. Also included there in that is Mindy's late steam plays, and the late steam plays are plays that the handicappers can release on games that they put in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. With that late information, you hit at higher percentage because you got the late info, the line moves, your line you may be waiting for, injury informations, rosters. So a good time, you'll get that email directly into your inbox when you sign up for a 7-day pass or any of the longer term passes. That includes the late steam play. So a great value there. And Mindy does, you go back and look at the record, Mindy does do well in late steam. She does post in late steam plays. So that's another benefit there to get the long-term pass there from Mindy, and use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. All right, Mindy, we also put together for you a Twitter account over at Tony's Picks Mindy, and of course we also have the Morning Steam show. You shot the Thursday show, a lot of content in there. You'll have the day off on Friday, but you'll be ready to roll again on Saturday.
I know, I try to keep the dog away, but I think she got a little bit of my lipstick right there. Oh. But yeah, you can catch me on Twitter at Tony's Picks Mindy, where I have another play here today from college basketball. So don't miss out on that. Go to Twitter right now. Go ahead and click a follow, a retweet, and then hit the notifications there as well. So you get all of our plays as soon as they come out, because you want to make sure you get the lines before any movement or changes are made. And then also make sure you catch us on the Morning Steam every Saturday through Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Time, where we go over the full card of the NBA, NHL, and NFL. But we're almost done with that. But we'll be, previewing these NFL games here on a Saturday and Sunday. So don't miss those shows. They are not a must miss. They're a must watch. And then please go ahead and, find us on Discord. Tony has put the link in the description here. We have lots of folks that are coming in. It's fun to chat with these guys. The only problem is that, we've gotten used to people's names on YouTube. And so now suddenly it's like I have to try to relearn more names on Discord. So that's the only downfall that I can find so far. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's exciting. We get a lot of folks input. And really, I think we formed a really good community for folks to go ahead and give their picks, do their due diligence, and then be able to come up with their best consensus picks for the day. And so that's what we're trying to do here, is to give out great information. And so far, I think everyone's, happy with how it's going. So thanks again for the platform. We're looking forward to it. We got more great things to come as well.
Yeah, a lot more coming on here, guys. So check out Mindy over on the Discord. Of course, we'll put together the Discord for you right now, actually, so you can see. Well, actually, I had to change something on here. 1 second here. I had Mindy with the banner on the Discord. But anyway, there's the Discord. The Discord here is a really good feature, you guys, and we want you guys to take advantage of it. And of course, what we want to do is with here for the part of it is always it's a community, right? Everybody's interacting, and you can sign up. We have it pinned up on our chat room right there, so you can click the link to get signed up, and one of us admins will approve you in. It is a private group, only open to the folks that participate on our shows, and that this is where the link is put in for the invitation. We have a lot of great plans for it, but for now, Mindy and Ramon on the Morning Steam, they go through the entire card, but of course college basketball is a huge card, so they are looking for requests, of course, for the Saturday show. So you want to go ahead and start putting in those picks at what plays you want covered on that big Saturday college basketball card there, as well as they have the day off Friday, come back in Saturday with more action, and they will take care of it for you there. And also a lot of questions you can put in there, a lot of interaction. Like it's going to take a life of its own, but when we launch it up, we wanted people to request picks for the Morning Steam show from college basketball. So do that, and then of course you can just throw general questions there. We have 2 channels in there. We have the we have the Morning Steam channel up there. We also have, let's see, this is the Morning Steam channel. So there you can see all the conversation for Morning Steam is here. I want to really change. I want the latest post on the top, not on the bottom. This is we got to figure this out. If any of you guys figure it out, go ahead and set the admins. Any admin can figure out. I think it's better when you have the latest post on the top. We want to do that. So you'll see all the interactions, questions up there. A lot of the chat members posted pictures of themselves, or animals, or dogs. Betman's been very active, placing his bets there, taking screenshots of his bets. Guys, you can check that out as well. That is the Morning Steam channel. That's more active. Tony's Picks is more of a general, as Rowan said, more of a general forum there. Right now, we're just keeping it with 2 folders. Don't want too many, because I've been in message forums when you have nobody wants to click 10 different tabs, right? Just keep everything related to Morning Steam in the Morning Steam. Any general right here. I think that's, and of course you can post your picks in here, post questions. We're already asking people about advice, any advice. Ramon with some late Steam post show. You can check it out as well. There are some late Steam information from Ramon there on the channel, so you guys can just toggle between the 2 folders, Tony's Picks, and of course anything related to Morning Steam is right here. So we'll keep it simple for you guys and not force you to press it's too many channels, for at least for now, until once it gets into a very, very large community, then we may consider a little bit more organization. But for now, on the launch, I think we just got to keep it simple for everybody and just toggle between the 2 folders for general, and then anything related to Morning Steam, go ahead and chime right in there here on the Discord and go ahead and get signed up. What you do is you do the sign-in process on the homepage, and then we'll approve you, and then you're ready to roll. You just click the Tony's Picks icon, and then you'll have some intro You'll have some intros here. As I've read all the messages, they don't show up again, but then you just click the toggle in between the channels, between Morning Steam and then the Tony's Picks there, and you're ready to roll here. So there you go there with the Discord. So we got that ready to roll. All right, Mindy, looks like we got this Discord. I think there was 20 members the last check, so it's starting to grow here. So it's cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a really good community. Continue that success there, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you.
You got Mindy Hahn here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here on Game Day Picks, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. Be live with us to get the best numbers. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Let's welcome in next Ramon Scott. You'll find him over at Tony'sPicks.com. Boy, he's off to that tear again in the NBA. I told you guys, keep an eye on Ramon in the NBA. This is kind of when he starts to roll. He's on that roll again. Ramon, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. Yeah, pretty beat here. I mean, staying up all night watching tennis last night, man. What a match. Andy Murray, he's the story right now with his massive comeback against Kokonakis, or should I say Chokonakis. Murray comes back from 2 sets down, wins the match, Tony. It lasted 5.5 hours. It ended at 4:05 in the morning in Melbourne. Murray comes back and wins last night. And I also watched Taylor Fritz get beat by Alexei Popyrin in a match, and Popyrin was a 7-1 underdog in that match. So pretty tired right now, but good matches, and I wasn't going to bed. Just prepping for the show and watching an incredible match. Even after we got off the air, the match, the Murray match was still going here on the West Coast, ended about 8:15 in the morning. So just wild play, great action.
Exactly. All right, Ramon, tonight we're going to college basketball, the Pac-12 in action. As you know, on Thursdays, we have Colorado here hosted in Washington. Colorado here laying 9.5, total 142.
Yeah, it seems like a big number, right, Tony? But, things are so regimented, really. We think of the Pac-12 as having some, wild results here and there. And, yeah, maybe we do. But it doesn't always happen where it's wild in an upset. Take these 2 teams, for example. They opened the season way back in I believe, one of the earliest openers, maybe the earliest opener, I'm sure, in conference history. Washington won against Colorado at home, 73-63 by 10 points. That was back on December 4th, as I said. So the conference play got opened quite a while ago. Now that you look at it, I mean, we're already a month and a half later here. Both teams are 3-5 in the conference and have identical 11-8 straight up records. But Washington coming into Colorado, I expect the Buffs to return the favor. Look, they have identical records. You'd think maybe it'll be a close game, throw in some home court. maybe Colorado's a 3 or 4 point favorite. I think the indication, the fact that Colorado is a 9.5 point favorite, is a reflection of what might just happen in this game. I mean, maybe you're expecting a close game, but maybe not. What'll happen here? You got Colorado really underrated defensively, at least on the surface. The metrics would tell you that the Buffaloes are 18th in adjusted defensive efficiency in the country. So I like their matchup here with Washington, and I'd like them to get it by double digits. You just had Colorado. They just swept the Oregon teams at home. They beat Oregon, by 20 points or something. It was 68-48 or 68-45. They also beat Oregon State 62-42. There you see that top-notch defense of Colorado, allowing just in their opponents to in the 40s there, as they've won both of their conference home games so far. Meanwhile, Washington is 0-3 on the conference road, including a couple of recent losses on their Arizona trip. You know how it works in the Pac-12, Tony. Most of the time, you go in and play the two teams in those general locales. You play the Oregon teams, the Washington teams, the Bay Area teams, the SoCal teams, the Arizona teams, and then you got to throw in, of course, the Buffaloes and the Utah Utes there. But that's how it kind of works in the Pac-12. You go in expecting to play a couple of games. So, Colorado hosting Washington, and then the Cougars will come in, and then Washington will, make their trip. So they lost last year, the game here in Colorado. Now, even though Washington has won 3 of the last 4 meetings, Colorado has been a tough place for them to play. They lost last year's game here 78-64. And what was the spread on that day? 9.5. So I think they can clean it up. There were 36 turnovers in the season opener, and Colorado, they just seem to protect the ball a lot better at home than they do on the road. They play at a little bit of a faster pace. Both teams do play a little bit up in pace. Colorado, they do shoot 44%, including 32% from 3. They average 73 points a game. Probably going to need a little bit more here to get this number, but I think they can do it against Washington. I'm going to take them to lay 9.5 points. I like their top players in the game, including KJ Simpson, certainly one of the best players in the conference. He'll be the best player on the floor in this game. I like him better than Keon Brooks of Washington, probably, their best player. Certainly a pretty good player, but also I like Tristan Da Silva, Javon Hadley for the Buffaloes. Meanwhile, Washington may have more balance, but I think Colorado has the better players up top. But I don't want to slight Washington's other good players like Braxton Mia and Noah Williams. So give them some credit as well. But you have a Colorado team that number 22 in the country, also in rebounding. So that's something where in that game against UCLA, that part of that 17-0 run that the Bruins had, Colorado just was not getting the rebounds on the road. And I expect it to be different here in Boulder, by the way. So a little bit tougher trip, I think, for Washington. And I think the perception is, just take these points. I mean, 9.5, can't go wrong. Closely rated teams, and Washington already won by 10 points. But I think a 20-point swing is quite possible here between those two games, a month and a half later, if you will, from that Washington 10-point win back on December 4th. So I'm going to take the Buffaloes tonight, lay these points against the Huskies.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take Colorado and lay the 9.5 here against Washington. Boy, I was watching this the Washington California game, watch it on replay. Man, they really labored through that game. They almost lost that home game to Cal. Didn't cover the 10-point line. Even though they shot the ball well, they turned the ball over 15 times. Turnovers has been the issue here for this team. Double-digit turnovers in just about all of their Pac-12 games this year. In that game against Colorado, 18 turnovers.
And that's what we're seeing. I mean, you look at Colorado, you look at Washington. Of course, they're winning the home games. They end up prevailing in that game. Of course, ended up going into overtime. But so far, they're 0-4 straight up on the road this season. Meanwhile, Colorado 8-1 straight up at home. Now that doesn't reflect necessarily in this spread here, but it just goes to show you kind of the discrepancies that you're getting with these two teams here with the home and road dichotomy. I think is what we might see in this one. Playing those games as Washington did against ASU, against Arizona, was their first road game since December 9th when they played at Gonzaga and lost by 17 points. In Seattle. So for them, for right now, for Washington, I mean, they could stay within this number, but these are the type of swings you see. I feel in the Pac-12 when you get into these, the road trips, the way they have it set up for forever now in the Pac-12. I mean, that's the way they've operated. So even that game, they ended up losing at Oregon State earlier in the season. So when they played back, that was the
That's the opener.
original. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. With the December, it was December 1st, where that was the earliest opener. But kind of weird how they used to never do it this way, Tony.
Well, they were the last to do it. Is because of their partner. Like once we started getting Big Ten Network, SEC Network, all those networks, they started filtering these early conference games once college football season finished the regular season, just because obviously they need content, right? So Pac-12 was kind of late to the party there with these early conference games that we're starting to see right now. But they had 7 non-conference games, right? So I mean, how many non-conference games do you really need to really start conference? Why not go and start it earlier? So I see no problem with that. You got and of course Colorado, as we talked about here at home, has pounded their past 2 home opponents. They just gave a pounding to. Looks like it was to Oregon and Oregon State. Colorado had that tough time in LA getting pounded at the USC, UCLA, but they're back home where they've done their best work there and just coming up poundings. I mean, by 27 against Oregon, 20 against Oregon State. So they got it done there. And of course, that one, I was on the wrong end of that Arizona State game on December 1st. I remember that one. 20 turnovers in that game. That's the thing that bothered with Colorado in that game. But anyway, we got the Buffs here minus 9.5 against Washington. This one to have a start time here of 9 Eastern. I made it on to ESPNU. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com right now for today's action. Great results here. NBA, 1,248 units of profit in the NBA. As we told you, Ramon's starting to heat up here in the association. Really doing good work here up here over the past 30 days there. And of course, tonight we've got NBA board as well. Game going on in Paris as we speak. 4 more on the card here. Bulls up to a 9-point lead early on. Actually late in the first quarter there against Detroit. NBA on the board. Lots of college hoops, hockey as well. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, my action in the NBA, like Mindy said, we were just clicking. We ended up with one of our only so far this year, Tony, out of the first 17 shows now, but 16 shows as of yesterday. We've only had 3 subpar days, and one of them was yesterday, and we just couldn't get enough plays together. We weren't in that agreement zone, if you will. We weren't meshing, and today, hopefully, that'll be the turnaround, because we were clicking on all the games and we went down the NHL card, basically agreeing on every side. So here's the thing. I mean, even though I don't have a package in the NBA, I just want everyone to take note. If they didn't watch the show and they want to go get those picks, they can pick up our morning's team package. If you look at the handicapper leaderboards, Tony, so far in the NBA this year, right now, is basically me and Mindy and the morning steam team. So we never duplicate those plays. We don't say, I like the one that me and Mindy agreed on. No, we actually are putting different play. We might agree on the side, and then I'm playing the total, or vice versa. And then Mindy, same thing. We might agree on the total. Mindy's playing the side. So on the handicapper leaderboard right now in the NBA, at the top, it's Mindy and me and Team Steam. So we are really seeing the NBA together. I don't have a package there myself, but we do have 5-pack of plays together in the NBA tonight. My package right there, you see, my featured package is in the Australian Open, Tony. Watching the action last night, I was handicapping. It's tough because I'm not going to be giving out any, $2, $3 favorites, and probably shouldn't because of some of the upsets we've seen so far over there. Poppy was not the only 7-1 underdog to score in the second round yesterday. So I have a 3-pack of plays today in the Australian Open. You're going to get one favorite, one underdog, and one match that's listed as a pick'em. So I think that's a pretty good balance of plays. That's my featured package. Also, I do have a NHL package not listed here, but I do have a 3-pack of games up on that huge NHL card right now. You can also pick that one up for $30. It is loaded up into the system, so you can pick that one up as well. As far as the college board is concerned, I'm still going over this massive card, even with just a few hours to go. Throwing in some clunkers there in college, so not sure. I could be volume heavy, but it might be relying on some late action, some late line movement here on this college board today, because kind of flatlining it a little bit with my college plays, and I don't want to stop firing on college basketball. I feel like I have an advantage over the books with college basketball, but maybe just not hitting it like I should. So we'll see how it comes out, but I do expect to be in action on this college card. So tennis and hockey are the feature, but Mindy and I got that 5-pack together. Yeah, we also have a package together in hockey and in college basketball. We agreed on several games also. So Team's got a lot of games loaded up as well. Please go back and check out the videos, or just buy the packages. I know we have some subscribers that just, I guess they can't watch the show every day, and I get that. So what they do is purchase the package over there, and the Team's team is putting together some pretty solid returns. Like I said, Tony, out of 16 shows that are in the books, if you will, we have so far this year 12 profitable days, 3 down days, and 1 we went 7-7, lost the Jews. So when Mindy and I put as she said, our handicapping minds together, things have been rolling pretty good. So make sure you tune in to the morning steam. There's a lot of games. I mean, when we're talking about a day like today, we had a heavy volume, and might be too much to go back and look at all those videos or watch the whole show. And what you can do is subscribe to the packages over there at Tony'sPicks.com. But use that promo code TonyT at checkout, because we don't want you paying full price when, basically we give away the games for free on the show. Just the charge is there, kind of an administrative fee for Mindy and I. It keeps us on the air. We appreciate it. And that's what we're doing. Saw Latifah mentioning the Discord in there, and we're just getting a feel for how we're going to run that. But we're already getting some, couple dozen people already in there, and it's only been up not even, about 24 hours or so. So I think we'll have a pretty good, build a pretty good community in there as well. So appreciate it, Tony. Tennis and hockey right now are my main focuses, but I will be in action in some more late steam coming in.
That's right. Get on board with Ramon over at Tony's Picks. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save 20% off, and you'll land right here on Ramon's page. You can get on board with his Australian 3-pack tonight. Australian Open in action here. Tennis, the majors have begun. We're in January. It's hot in Australia. I think we had a heat delay the other night. So get on board there with Ramon. Also with that 3-pack from NHL or the longer-term passes, you can get on board with Ramon here. You want to try him out for a 7-day pass. You'll get all of his premium plays for 7 days. All his NBA, all his NHL, college hoops. Remember, the NFL plays here on Saturday and Sunday. And, of course, the peripheral sports like Australian Open and UFC. Bellator sometimes as well. So check it out and get that 7-day pass. Use that promo code at checkout. You'll save the 20% off. All right, Ramon, as always, great having the show. I know we put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon. The Discord is functioning well. Lots of people in there, requesting. Well, they will start to request plays as we move throughout the week here for the show. But a lot of people exchanging, again, a life of its own. Putting their bets in, putting their picks in there, and people coming back and forth. People needing help on a lot of different topics. So again, as we said, it will form as we move forward.
Yeah, and you look at our 1 day off, if you will, from the morning's team. We're able to address any questions, or maybe give out a lot more picks in there. Kind of take over for what we don't do on Fridays, and that's put together a show. We've got to get 1 day off here. It's a rule, a law, Tony. I think an internet law. You don't get a day off, but we take one. And my social media play tonight is going to be in the game between St. Mary's and Pepperdine. Going to be going to the West Coast Conference and take a look at that one. So log on to Twitter and get my social media pick. Don't forget also my embedded videos here on Tony'sPicks.com. You can catch my sponsor video, if you will. I've got a play for you in that one. That one's going to come to you in the game between Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech. So you can pick up my sponsored play there, another video to watch where I give a little breakdown as well, and also plug our fine sponsor and also our leaderboard show. Tony runs about anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes, where I just talk about the leading handicappers, talk about who's hot, show the handicapper leaderboards, and talk about their records and how well they're doing. And my pick to you in that video comes to you in the Florida International and Texas El Paso game. So watch that video as well. It's embedded on the site. That one also appears on YouTube. So got a pick for you there if you can't get enough free picks. And hey, on this college basketball card, we can get all the picks we can together, because it's a massive card today. I'm looking at my sheets here. I got 4 sheets of rotation on this card today. So volume won't be a problem. It's the selectivity that I need to improve on, I would say here, Tony, as far as my college basketball. But I love college basketball so much. Never going to stop firing on college basketball, Tony.
There you can see the sponsored pick here on the homepage under free pick of the day. If you click the premium pick tab, there's a leaderboard, a breakdown, a review from Ramon as well with the picks. So a couple of free picks on the side every day from Ramon. So check it out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Don't forget that Discord, guys. We put together the Discord for you. And Ramon is one of the admins in there, and Mindy's featured in there. I'm in there as well. So go ahead and post your picks, post your requests for the morning's team. If there are plays that you want covered, of course, they will have it ready, prepared for you here for the show. Of course, they're back on Saturday. Remember that huge monster Saturday college basketball card. So get your requests in so they can cover them on the show. Remember, make sure you find the morning's team folder to put those plays in. The Tony's Picks folder is more or less just a general post there. So there you go. So go ahead and check it out and get signed up. By the way, you can sign up to our Discord by clicking the link into the chat. In the live chat, you'll find it there. So go ahead and get signed up and be part of the community there at Discord. We have a lot of plans for that Discord. You wait till you see what's coming up in the future. All right, Ramon, it's always great having your show. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk with you again on Friday.
Yep, we'll see all the team steam on Saturday, but we'll be back tomorrow with another Game Day Picks.
There you go. Ramon here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here Monday through Friday here on Game Day Picks at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, and we will be in there as well with you here on the show. I was kind of toggling back and forth here with some comments. We're getting a lot of comments on YouTube. We can chat on Games at Discord tomorrow. So there you go. Get it on board with Butterscotch. Maybe he puts his time in when he'll be on. You want to watch and chat? Butterscotch is willing to do that, you guys, so check that out. And it looks like Mindy wants to hear from everybody as well. And of course, also too, there is a video function we may even look into. I know some people want to guest on the show. I know Blake had mentioned it. Latifah was give us that we'll see. Maybe we can test the equipment online with one of the admins in there, Ramon, myself, or Mindy, and see we can set that up for you, because I know somebody wanted to guest on the morning Steam show that was asked about, and why not? That would be a cool thing to do. Just test your video equipment on Discord. If you get a thumbs up, then Ramon can schedule you on the show. We don't need to, you can schedule an appearance in there, give a pick or two. You make the choice there. So that's also another option. Like I said, this is going to grow, it's going to grow, legs of its own. So we're looking forward to it. All right, and of course you can also download the app and put it on app and keep it with you on your phone. So we'll work off your phone. So just also want to make note of that. I've been using the browser feature a lot, but you can use it on your phone as well. All right, let's continue on here on Game Day Picks. Now it's time for my pick. Let me get my game information up for you right now. We're going to be looking at this one between the Timberwolves and Raptors tonight. Raptors laying 5.5. Total sits 231. Coming back with a total on this one, going back over here, over 231.5 here with his T-Wolves and the Toronto Raptors. We know, let's go ahead and review some of the injuries here as we are here in midday. And of course, we do have a game in progress now. Bulls still up 37-31, 9:27 to go in the first. That can't be right. It must be the second quarter. It has to be the second quarter there. The NBA TV must have their graphics off a little bit. That's got to be the second quarter. All right. Now in this one, we saw Van Fleet go off for 39 points in the last game, but kind of looking at Toronto, they split their past few contests on the road, and they're giving up 117 points per 100 possessions. Timberwolves over the total here in 3 of 4 at home. T-Wolves have won 4 of 5 at home by scoring 120 points per 100 possessions while allowing 114 per 100. Of course, we've seen Toronto going over a past 3 on the road, scoring and allowing 117 points per 100 possessions. So we're seeing a lot of scoring here from these teams. And also, too, here, just want to make note here of any last-minute injury information. Looks like Toronto is very close to being a clean sheet. Banton now has been moved to probable, so it looks like they're going to be fully loaded here with all their players ready to roll here. Still, question mark. We know Towns McLaughlin now. Still questions on Edwards, Gobert, Prince, and Rivers. But still here, Russell McDaniels, Anderson, and their supporting cast still like it to go over the total in this one. It is the T-Wolves and the Raptors. And this one tonight will have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Just keep an eye here on the chat room. We've got a lot of folks in there. Mindy, Butterscotch, Latifa. I think we saw Blake in there earlier today. And a shout out to Jeffrey Linton out there with Cowboys Nation. So we gave a shout out there to Cowboys Nation. We'll see how they do. Blake as well. Great seeing everybody there here in the chat room. All right, let's continue on here on the show. It's time to go ahead and recap the plays from today. All right, we'll put up the banner for today. And today we had UTEP here from Mindy. She liked UTEP laying the 6 against FIU. Ramon was on Colorado laying the 9.5 against Washington. Raptors T was over 231.5. Just want to remind you of today what I have going on over at TonySpicks.com. I have 4 premium plays up there as well. I got an NBA best bet of the day up there on the board, as well as a 3-pack from College Hoops. So go ahead and get signed up to that. Up on the board right now, you can see my best bet here from the NBA, and then my 3-pack from College Hoops. Long-term passes as well, my 3, 7, or 3rd day All Sports pass. Get all of my premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go over to my handicapper page and make that purchase and use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you'll save 20% off. You can access my page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and go ahead and get landing on the page and get signed up. All right, let's continue on here on the show. It is Game Day Picks. And I remember we talked to you about our new features, and of course I'm really excited here to show this off again. Get signed up to the Discord. Follow the link there in the chat room, and that will get you signed up. And of course, one of the admins, it's private, so we don't open it. It's only folks that are part of our that follow us on shows. On our broadcast, on our videos for Tony's Picks. So it's not the general population, as you can tell. It's kind of a private room, which I kind of like that. Because we can do a lot of cool things with this moving forward, as we have a lot of plans here for 2023 as far as incorporating more community building events that I look forward to initiating here in the coming weeks. Hopefully not too long ago, so we'll get that set up. So guys, check it out over there at TonySpicks.com. Or someone asked a question about watching games. I saw that focus on the morning steam today. Solely focused on numbers and percentages, don't actually watching the sport. That's always the question. Well, I watch games. There's watching games and there's comprehending the games. And I don't know if a lot of people comprehend the games. That's the most important part of the games, is not watching, it's comprehending, understanding what's going on and how you can apply it to handicapping. A lot of people just follow the puck, follow the ball, but there's a lot of other things going on in the game. I think that's important, right? I think I learned my lesson a long time ago. I used to have, if this was before flat screen TVs, if those of you followed me in the early 2000s, the late 90s and early 2000s, we didn't have the streaming video as much. We were kind of had, I think it was like real audio back then, but I would flash pictures myself. I used to have those big tube TVs, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to watch every game. Doesn't work. You've got to mix it in with watching the games, and more so doing the work with the stats. I find that to be the best way to do it. Watching games, you don't always comprehend what you watch. It's sometimes you've got multiple games going. How is your mind going to comprehend 8 screens, right? You can watch a game, watch key plays, watch key moments, but are you really comprehending the action? And that's how you can apply it to the game. That's where you really need the stats to come in. That's why I've said I think what happens is watching games gives you an opinion. And sometimes that opinion is not accurate because you're just getting a snapshot of what's going on. You're not fully engaged with the game in its entirety because there's so much going on in your life. You're texting, you're getting up, you're watching. Oh, I watched the game. Even though you might have watched just 10 minutes of it, people say, I watched the game. Did you really watch it from start to beginning? Did you? And did you see any of the other games that were going on, right? So you gotta kind of peel the onion a little bit and kind of talk some sense into yourself and realize that you're not going to watch every game and it's impossible to comprehend the action. That's the most important thing is comprehending. That's why you got to go to the stats. You go to the stats and you'll win more times than saying, I watched the game. Hey, if you watch 2 minutes of the game, you say you watch your game, did you really comprehend it? Or are you too busy on the phone doing other things? I think you guys will learn. You have to learn that through experience, right? Once you find really good statistical stats, make your own stats, or find some really good stat resources. That really is what helps you with the handicapping. Watching a game here and there is helpful as well. I always get an idea of the speed of the game, the conditioning of the players coming back from injury, body language. That has a lot to do with things, but again, it really comes down to looking at the numbers and looking at the stats. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition here of Game Day Picks, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow, live here on the show at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it right again. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from night. We're going to go ahead and bring our folks in today. Wait, goodbye, guys. You guys have a great evening, afternoon. The conversation will continue on Discord. We'll talk to you tomorrow.